Hello and welcome to Friday's edition of Cracking the Cryptic. Well, second edition, I should say, because there was a crossword video earlier on. But this is not a crossword video. This is the Sudoku video. And we're going to be doing another puzzle by the great Nicolas Duhail, incredibly prolific constructor, and just a wonderful constructor, frankly. Every single one of Nicolas's puzzles I've done on the channel, I've absolutely loved. And that we continue to be sort of deluged by recommendations because Nicolas produces so many puzzles. This one is called Coterminous, and it's just region sum lines today. Don't worry if you don't know what they are. I will explain all when we do the rules. But you can see basically the entire grid. Actually, that cell isn't in it, but basically the entire grid is covered in region sum lines. So this is what we're going to be working with. It's got 3 stars out of 5 for difficulty, and apparently it is wonderful. So I'm looking forward to having a go at it. Anyway, we'll do the rules together in a moment or two's time. What can I tell you about before that? Let me think. Actually, there isn't too much, is there? Oh, there is one thing though. On the blueprint stream, for this coming week is on Sunday, so it's in 2 days' time. It is not Monday because we are doing a slot as part of the Cerebral Showcase, which is a big event over on Steam. And they've asked us to do a blueprint stream as part of that. So because the Cerebral Showcase, I think it runs until basically the time we'll finish streaming on Sunday, so we're going to be the final slot in it. So I know some of you have been following that series where we've been going into the Blueprints Mansion basically every week for over a year. So please remember, it's not going to be on Monday this coming week. It will be Sunday night at 10 p.m. instead. Other than that, over on Patreon, we've got all our bonus content over there, so please do think about supporting us. We've got a brand new Sudoku competition starting on the 1st of June, which is only a few days away. And I've got a birthday to do today as well. Oh, for I don't know your first name, Mr. Fleming. Mr. Fleming is a maths teacher and is turning 25 today. And Mr. Fleming, I have to say, you are the first teacher that we have had. We've had requests for a birthday shout out from two of your students, but it wasn't the same email. This is independent emails that we've had from 2 of your students, so from Wilson and from Brecken. And apparently you're an amazing and confident person, and they really wanted you to get a shout out on the channel. So I think that's fantastic. And Mr. Fleming, I'm sorry I don't know your first name. Hopefully someone will enlighten me at some point. But thank you for watching the channel. And yeah, thanks for being obviously a bit of an inspiration to the kids that you teach. I hope there is some chocolate cake in store today. But that's all the news. Shall we have a go at Coterminous by Nicolas Duhail? The rules are not going to take long to read, but they are as follows. We have got normal Sudoku rules applying. So we have to put the digits 1 to 9 once each in every row, every column, and every 3x3 box. And then the box borders divide each blue line into segments with the same sum. So let's look at that one. So those two, you can see that this blue line here, the 3x3 box borders cut this line into segments, and each of these segments has the same sum. We don't know what it is. We're going to have to work that out. But that is, well, they are all the rules. They are all the rules. Do have a go. The way to play is to click the link under the video as usual. But now I get to play. Let's get cracking. I mean, I can see one thing here straight away. It might be to do with the perimeter, but the thing I'm seeing straight away is column 1 and column 9, because there is a Sudoku secret we can avail ourselves of. Something I share with only my very favourite people, but if you're watching this video, you're definitely one of my favourite people. So I will certainly share my secret with you. The secret of Sudoku is that every row, every column, and every box of a Sudoku, because of the rules of Sudoku, contains the digits 1 to 9 once each. Now that's not the secret, but it means that this column, for example, contains the digits 1 to 9. Now, if you sum the digits 1 to 9, this is the secret, you get 45. But we're told that this line, we're told that, actually, let's just divide it a little bit. We're told that this segment sums to the same as this segment sums to the same as this segment. So if these indigo cells sum to x, these green cells would also sum to x, and these purple cells would sum to x. So the line sums to 3x. So 3x is equal to 45, so x is equal to, Mr. Fleming could tell us, 15. So that means that each one of those segments is 15. The same is obviously is true in column 9 as well. I'm not going to keep the colouring in because I'm not sure it serves much purpose, but so we just know we've got lots of 15 segments here. Now what I'm wondering about is whether it's to do with the perimeter of the Sudoku. Now, the perimeter of any Sudoku, using the secret, we can define the perimeter as being 4 lots of the 4. It consists of row 1, row 9, column 1, and column 9, if we were to include these cells twice. Because obviously this cell here is in column 1 and it's in row 1. Same is true for this, same is true for this, same is true for this. So if we were to view the perimeter as being defined in sort of whole rows and whole columns, it would be 4 lots of 45, which would be 180. But in using the number 180, we would overstate the value of the perimeter by these corners, because they would have been included twice. So we'd have to deduct out the values of the 4 corners to arrive at the value of the actual perimeter. Now, let me just think about that for a second. So I know that's 45. I know that's 45. I know that is... Actually, I don't think I do know how to do that. I can do something different to that. I can... Well, if we look at row 1, it's the same is going to be true of row 9, but let's look at row 1. We've got a line here, and I've got no idea what this line sums to. But what I do know is it sums to a number that is a multiple of 3. Because if this is x, that's x, and that's x. So that line sums to 3x. Now we can think about the whole row. The whole of row 1 sums to 45, which is also divisible by 3. So if this indigo line is divisible by 3, and the whole line, the whole of row 1 is divisible by 3, then these 2 green cells, the sum of those digits must also be divisible by 3. But unfortunately, there are quite a lot of options, aren't there? There's a minimal option, which would be 1 and 2. And then this line would sum to 42, which would be 14 for each segment. But the maximum size of a segment here could be 15. It couldn't be 18 because we can't make 2 digits sum to 18, but we could certainly make 2 digits sum to 15 if they were 7, 8 or 6, 9. And then this line would sum to, my phone is buzzing at me, this line would sum to 30, and each segment would sum to 10. Okay. So each segment on this line sums to a minimum of 10 and a maximum of 14. I don't think we can do that either. Oh, sorry, I can't quite see what to do here. I don't think it can be that complicated, because it's a 3-star out puzzle. It's not going to be... It's not going to be something... Oh, hang on, there's another cell there that's not... I didn't see that. Oh, so there are... Hang on, there are several cells that are not on blue lines. I thought there was only this one. No, there are... Okay, I think there are 2. So those 2 cells are not on blue lines. So we can't... We know they're 15. I'm wondering if it's some sort of parity or division by 3 idea. Because, I mean, that line... If this is x, that's x. So that line sums to 2x. So that is an even line. That is an even line. That is an even line. So these cells definitely sum to an even number. But the problem is that a number that's divisible by 3 could be even or odd. For example, 9 and 18. I'm not getting this yet. Sorry. Is it going to be... Well, okay, I can limit the... I actually know the value of that domino. Right, okay, so maybe that's a better strategy. Rather than me trying to do something holistic, maybe what we do is work with our 15 segments. Let me just think about this one for a moment. I think that's the same as that one, actually. So, okay, so now I'm switching. I'm looking at the box. So that box we know from the secret sums to 45, but I know these 3 cells sum to 15, so I know those cells sum to 30. But those cells are the exact same sum as their equivalent segments in box 2, aren't they? So those must sum to 30, which means these must sum to 15, which means they are either 6, 9 or 7, 8. Let's try that the other way round then. So those sum to 15. Oh no, that doesn't work. I was about to say, so these sum to 30, and then I was going to try and do some trick in this box, but this one sticks out in the wrong direction. That's a very annoying little dogleg triomino there. Okay, let's not do that then. Let's try this one. So these, yeah, so these ones sum to 30. Same logic, these must be 15, the whole box is 45, so these sum to 30. So these sum to 30, which is their equivalent segments in box 5. So these sum to 15. So these are 6, 9 or 7, 8. So they're different now. Which means the rest of this column is all low digits, well, relatively low, 1s, 2s, 3s, 4s, 5s. Ah, right, look here. That segment is sums to 15, so these cells sum to 30, so these cells sum to 30, whoopsie, those ones there, so this sums to 15. Now, these sum to 30, okay, and those sum to 15, which means those 3 cells sum to 15. Which I don't see how to do that. Oh dear. Okay. I don't think we can do anything with this. Let me just think about that. So I'm saying that's 45 minus that. So these are 30. Ah, those are 15. Okay, hang on. Yeah, so, oh, I see. No, that does do something. Yeah, so these add up to 30. But these, remember, they added up to 15, so we can cancel those out, and they add up to 15. So now, no, they don't add up to 15. Those two add up to whatever that one is. So this one, that one's 15. That one is 30. But I don't know what that one is. Let's say that was 6. If that was 6, 30, these would be 24. But that would be relative. Actually, hang on. Do you have to... Okay, no, I don't really know what I'm doing here. I'm trying to mess about. These two, let's assume they could be double 6. They might not be able to, but let's just say that's clearly the minimum they could be. So the minimum value of those would be 12, which means the maximum value of this is 18. That's too big. That's definitely too big, because the maximum they could be really would be an 8-9 pair, which is only 17. So if this was 6-7, on the other hand, I'm sure Mr. Fleming has heard that a lot in his classroom recently, they would be 13, this could be 17. Oh no, I tell you what, that can't be 17 for a different reason. Because if this was 17, then this should be 17 as well, and that would also have to be an 8-9 pair. So in fact, hang on, I've had a different idea. Or did we know this already? The maximum size of that is 15. Because that could be 15, and then that could be 15. Oh no, but then that would be 15. That would be 45. Oh, we did this work earlier. 15 wasn't possible. It was 10 to 14, wasn't it? So this... Well, it can't be 10. There's no way this can be 10. And we can see that very simply. If this was 10, these have to add up to 20. And they can't add up to 20 because even if these are double 9, they'll only add up to 18. So 10 is not a valid option for this. 11 would make this 19. That's still too big. So it's 12 would work, wouldn't it? Because if this is 12, that could be 18, and that could be double 9, I think. So, okay, so the segments in row 1 either sum to 12, 13, or 14. So it is getting more restricted. And that means that the edges of row 1 either sum to 9 if these add up to 36 from 3 12s. 3 times 13 is 39. These would add up to 6. And 3 times 14 is 42, and these would add up to 3. So these two digits here, the wings, if we can call them that, of row 1, are not huge. Neither of them can be a 9, because the maximum sum of those two digits is 9. Right. Okay, now I'm going to look at that cell, because that can't be 6. And that's going to push up this one, which is going to put even more pressure on this. Can that be 7? No. Right. Here you go. Here we go. Let's look at this digit. That can't be 6, because then these would be a 1, 2, 3 triple. And how would we make this domino add up to 6? It couldn't be 1, 5. It couldn't be 2, 4. If this is 7, this triple has to be 1, 2, 4. How would we make a domino add up to 7 if you can't use 1, 2, or 4? You couldn't be 1, 2, couldn't be 1, 6, couldn't be 2, 5, couldn't be 3, 4. So that's not 6 or 7. Now, if this was 8, then it's 24 overall. This couldn't be 1, 2, 5, because then there would be no way of making this equal to 1, 7, 2, 6 or 3, 5. So if this is 8, it would have to be 1, 3, 4 and a 2, 6 pair. And if this is 9, 9 will be easier, because we can only knock 3 pairs out with if this is 1, 3, 5 or 1, 2, 6 or 2, 3, 4, you'll knock out 3 of the 4 possible ways of dominoes adding up to 9, but you won't knock out all of them. But we did know, didn't we, that these 2 digits sum to 15. I'm sure that that is something I had in my brain. Yes, yeah, that's correct, because this is 15, that was 15, so they add up to 15. So this digit is coming down. Now, if this digit comes down, what's it doing to the value of this? It's pushing that up, because the maximum value of these 2 cells now is 9, 7, which is 16. Yeah, and that's done it. So 9, 7 here is the max, which means the minimum of this is 14, but that's also the maximum, because if this was more than 14, we worked out that this line would add up to 45 on its own without including the wing cells. And the whole row, remember, adds up to 45. So we found a sort of equilibrium. It's not that easy, this. So that's 7, that's 9, this adds up to 14, this adds up to 14. So those digits are 5, 9, and 6, 8 in some order. And the whole of this line in row 1 adds up to 42, which means the wing cells add up to 3. So they're a 1, 2 pair. And this is 3, 4, 7, just by Sudoku. And this is an 8, because they had to add up to 15. Now that's not 8, so that's not 6. Do I know what that is? Okay, that they added up to 15, didn't they? That seems sensible. No, that might be wrong. That might be wrong. Hang on. No, they did. They did. That's from this box. That's 45 on the box minus the 15 on that segment. So those 3 added up to 30, those 3 segments, which means these 3 add up to 30, which means these do add up to 15. So that's a 6. This is a 7, 8 pair. So this is not a 7. And those digits are quite restricted now. 1, 2, 5, 8, I want to say. Now, so that digit has to be... Actually, I'm not sure. No, okay. It's not a 1, 2 pair. It's not a 1, 2 pair, because if it was a 1, 2 pair, this would be a 3. And this 7 couldn't work. In fact, maybe I should pencil mark this first, because it can't be 1, 6. So it's either 2, 5 or 3, 4. 2, 5 or 3, 4. Oh, hang on, what? I was thinking 2, 5 or 3, 4, and I'm not looking at those digits. Right, okay, but this can't be a 1, 2 pair. It can't be a 1, 5 pair. Now it could be a 1, 8 pair, probably, if this could be a 9. Okay, so 9 is possible here. If there's a 2 in this sequence, it couldn't be 2, 8, could it? So it would have to be 2, 5, adding up to 7. And it must have a 1 or a 2 in it. Because if it can't be a 5, 8, because I can't write 13 into there. So this has got 1 of 1 and 2 in it. This has got 1 of 1 and 2 in it. I think this has to have 8 in it. If this didn't have 8 in it, this would be a 5 and a... Well, the maximum sum this could have would be 7. 5 plus 2. And then but those you'd have to include 1 and 2 in a 3-cell sum adding to 7. And if this added up to 6, it would have to include 1, 2, 3, and the corner would break. So this must have 8 in it, which means this doesn't have 8 in it, which means this can't add up to 9. So this adds up to 7. It is 2, 5. This is now 3, 4. This 7 can go in big digits. This adds up to 9. What does this mean? 7? No, it doesn't. Oh, I was hoping I was going to get my 7 in my green over here, but I don't think I do get that. How does this add up to 9 then? It can't be 1, 8, it can't be 3, 6, it can't be 4, 5. That is 2, 7. Right, that's good. So I get 1 in the corner here, 2 in the corner here. These digits add up to, they add up to 14. So they're just whatever this one isn't. So this is either 5, 9 or 6, 8. It's just the opposite of that. And that one's going to be the same as that one in row 1. This can't be 9, so this can't be 5, and this can't be 6, so that can't be 8. Okay. Where is 1 in row 3? It can't be here, because remember this segment adds up to 15. So if this 1 plus 2 is only 3, this would have to be a 12. So 1 is there. That's quite interesting, because now this domino adds up to 8, because we know we've got a 1 and an 8 on this side of the balancing of the scales, and a 1 plus these 2 digits on the other side of the scales. So this has to be 3, 5 now, because it can't be 2, 6 or 1, 7, which means that the 14 is 6, 8, which means these are 5, 9, this is 6, 8, and I know the order. And now we might get somewhere. 4 has to go here, so this has to be 9 by Sudoku. 2, 4 and 9 do add up to 15. 8, 7 is lovely there. We get some more work done. And okay, so 7 in column 9 is down at the bottom, which means 9 in column 9 must be in this sequence. How do we know that? Well, obviously, if we were to put the 7 and the 9 together, they would already add up to 16. And that segment is only meant to add up to 15 altogether. So the 9 goes in this segment along with 2 digits that add up to 6. It's not 1, 5. So that's got to be 2, 4, 9. And now this has to be 3, 5, 7. Just to complete the Sudoku. And all the maths seems to be okay there. So these digits now are 1, 3, 5, 6. Which, let's check the maths on that. That adds up to 15. They add up to 15. So far we're balanced. Now this is an 8. That was restricted in the row, because we couldn't use 1, 2, 5 here, or this domino would break. So this is 1, 3, 4. You can totally see why Nicolas is so popular. He's just a brilliant constructor. This is now a 9 by Sudoku, and that digit's a 3, 5, look. So these add up to 10, and they're not 2, 8, 4, 6, or 1, 9. So they are 3, 7. And now the bottom of the column has to have 1, 6, 8. Now, can we do better? Don't know. I know there's an 8 in one of these 3 cells. That's just Sudoku doing its work. There's a 2 in one of those. Now, I think I better look at these then. So 2, 5, 6, 9. We can't put 9. Oh, Maverick's flying over. Can't put 9 on this because we're adding up to a single digit total. In fact, one of those has to be a 2, we can immediately see. 5 plus 6 would force us to write 11 in here, which won't work. So this is either 7 or 8 into this cell, which is okay. So it's it's the opposite of this digit. There's a 7-8 pair in row 6, which makes this a 3, this a 7, this a 7, this an 8. So this is an 8, which tells us that now this is 2, 6. It's beautiful. Now that's not got 6 on it. This is a 4, this is a 2. This is now definitely a 14, and those are 1, 9, 5. No, that's not right. 1, 9, 4. I was thinking the maths on that felt wobbly. Oh, 1. I put the 1 in. So this is 4, 9. That's 5, 9. So we can do the 9. We can do the 4. I don't know whether I'm just being lucky here, but it just seems incredibly smooth so far. Well, although it did take me a while to get going, didn't it? But since we've got going, we've been very fortunate. Probably shouldn't have said that, because now I can see that I'm about to get stuck, aren't I? Do I know what that is? I know they add up to 15, so I know these add up to 15, those add up to 15, that's 30, so these add up to 15 to get us to 45. Not sure. Maybe we should pencil mark column 2. 2, 3, 5, 7 are the options. And column 3, 3, 4, 5, 9. But those two, well, we don't know, do we? We don't know what's going on in the bottom row. Because, well, we know these two have to add up to a number that's 0 mod 3, i.e. divisible by 3. Because this thing in the bottom row is in 3 segments, so that's divisible by 3, and the whole row is divisible by 3. But I can see loads of ways of that working. 8, 7, 5, 1, 6, 3. Let's try maybe this digit. If that was, it can't be 2 actually, so we can't write double 1 here. Hang on, they're 15. Oh no, I was thinking maybe we have to have a 9 in here. But if that was 7, we would be fine, wouldn't we? Then we'd only need 8 more. So 7, 3, 5 would work. Oh no, that wouldn't work there though. Hang on then, we might need a 9 on this line. Let's think that through again. I think I better think it out again. Job I'm getting possibly. I wonder who my boss will be. I wonder if he'll take to me. What bonuses he'll make to me. I'll start at 8 and finish late at overtime and overrate. I think I'd better think it out again. I think I got that slightly wrong. Anyway, let's think again. Fagin. Yeah, how do you make that add up to 15 without 9? 3, 4, 5 isn't enough. That's only 12. So we're going to need the 7, which means these have to add up to 8, which means, I think looking at the options, they have to be a 3, 5 pair, which would break this digit. So there is a 9 in here, which means there is no 7, because that would blow the total. And we need 2 digits on here that add up to 6, and looking at the options, well, we haven't got 1 available, so we can't use 1, 5, we can't use double 3, so we are going to be using 2, 4. So this sequence, so the 2 is necessary. We've got to put 2 there, and this is 4, 9, which somehow, that one is not 4, right, so this is 3 or 5. So, right, that must do something to this row, because the maximum that can be is 12 now, 36. I'm sorry if you can see this. Hang on. So, okay, let me just think through the options for those purple cells. I think there were 3 options. 8 is 2 mod 3. So that needs to go with a 1 mod 3 digit. The only one available there is 7. So 7, 8 is a combination that obviously add up to 0 mod 3, 15. And that would make the rest of the row add up to 30. Divide that by 3, 10. So we'd have 10 here, which could be 3, 7. Three, 7. What are we saying? Oh, no, 3, 7 won't work because we start from the premise that's 8, 7. Yes, there's no way to make that add up to 10. So it's actually not 8, 7. We've managed to get rid of that. Well, I've got rid of 8 from here. I'm reluctant to take the 7 out. No, I can take the 7 out because 7 is 1 mod 3 and there is not a 2 mod 3 digit there. So it is fair to do that. Now, if this was 6, this would have to be 3 to make these 2 work. So they would add up to 9, which means these add up to 36, which means each domino adds up to 12. Or that's 12, and that would be 12 as a triple. But that could be 5, 7. This would have to be 4, 8, because it couldn't be 3, 9, because there would be a 6, 3 in the wings. It might work. So 6, 3, 1, 5 is the alternative. 1, 5 is 6, which means the rest of the row adds up to 39, which means 13. Oh, you can't make that add up to 13. No way. Right, so there is only one way for this to work. It's with 6 in the corner, and, you've guessed it, that's 3 in the corner, that's 3 in the spotlight, losing its religion. So 6, 3. So these add up to 36. So each segment adds up to 12. So this has to be 7, 5. So that's 5, that's 3, that's 3. This has to add up to 12. It's not 7, 5, it's not 3, 9. So that's 8, 4. That's 2 by Sudoku now. It's just unwinding our pencil marks. That's 4, that's 3, that's 3, that's 6. This column, this digit is 1, well, that digit is 1, 5, or 9 by Sudoku, but it's definitely not 1, because it's the sum of those two. So that's 5 or 9, which means the 1 in the column goes here. That's going to unwind more, 5 and the 9, therefore, get resolved. That becomes a 9, which is the least profitable thing we wanted, but it's still a thing. 4 is on this line. This is a 1, 8 pair. Oh. No, that can't be right. I must have made a mistake. That can't be right, can it? Because I can't have a 1, 8 pair. Oh no, it's not 1, 8. That's a relief. Because I didn't see how I could have a 1, 8 there and a 1, 8 there. I didn't think there would be anything about the logic of the puzzle to resolve it. But I realised this 8 pencil mark is an anachronism. When I put this 8 in, I could have removed it. So this is a 1, 6 pair, actually. And that's actually something of a relief. So this line adds up to 9. So that must be a 4, 5 pair. So this is a 7. This is a 5. This digit is not 7 or 9 anymore. The way that this domino adds up to 9 is not 4, 5. It's not 2, 7, so it's either 3, 6 or 1, 8. So this is a 6 or an 8, and this is a 1 or a 3, and that's a 1, 3, 4 triple in the column, which makes this a 5. Good grief. And we can finish this column now. Well, we can at least write the 2 into it. It's got to go there. Now, what are these digits? 1 and something. 1 and 9, actually. And they do add up to 12 with the 2, so that makes sense. If this was 6 or 8, those had to add up to 15, didn't they? So this has to be odd. So that's got to be a 7, which makes this a 7. Now, how do we finish it? I mean, that might be presumptuous, but it does feel like we're close, doesn't it, to working this out now. They added up to 15, so that is an 8. So that's 8, that's 1. That 8 sees that cell, which forces it to be 6. So 6, 3, 6, 1, 1, 8 can all go in. 6, 2 can go in. 2, 5 can go in. 5, 9 can go in. Good grief, we're there, aren't we? Well, if I haven't made a ricket, we are there. This is a 3. 3, 4, 4, 1. What a beautiful puzzle again. He is so talented, this constructor. It's just beautiful. I hope you enjoyed it. I did enjoy it. Just super talented. Really cool idea. Beautifully executed. Quite mathsy. So hopefully Mr. Fleming enjoyed it. Mr. Fleming, on your birthday. Let me know in the comments how you got on with the puzzle. I enjoy the comments, especially when they're kind. And we'll be back later with another edition of Cracking the Cryptic.